Yep. Good evening. My name is Linda Kidd, and I am very pleased to once again host and introduce this evening's LifeVantage presentation by Marci and Dondee Nettles. Their knowledge and years spent in this industry far exceed mine, and they are uniquely qualified to speak about the health and wellness products and growth of this remarkable company. Now, many years ago, LifeVantage began with a flagship product called Protandim that was sitting on the shelves of pharmacies and health stores. At the time, not many people understood the potential benefits that it had to offer, and the decision to bring the product to the public through network marketing made all the difference. Since then, the company has continued to grow and develop in very exciting ways. Now, Dondee and Marci will share more about this unique company, its expanding line of products, and the opportunity it presents for those who are interested. My own experience with LifeVantage began about 6 years ago. At the time, I remember feeling older than my age. I was relying on sleeping pills at night and ibuprofen every day just to get through the day. And at that time, I knew something needed to change. So when I first learned about Protandim and the science behind cellular activation, I was intrigued because it was so different from the supplements that I had seen before. So as I began using the products, I noticed real changes. I had more energy, less pain, and I was sleeping better. And I simply just felt better overall. Now, that experience set me on a path of learning more about cellular health and protecting our brains and bodies as we age. So over the past several years, LifeVantage has added several new patented products to its portfolio, and the opportunity to share both the products and the business opportunity had made perfect sense to me. So with LifeVantage, you can choose to simply be a customer or become a consultant, sharing the products with a small group or building a larger business if that is your goal. The choice is entirely yours. So tonight, you're going to hear some science, some stories, and learn why so many of us are excited about what LifeVantage is doing in the area of cellular health. So with that, I'd like to turn things over to my good friends, Marci and Dondee.
Oh, thank you so much, Linda. Appreciate it very, very much. And like you, I feel incredibly blessed to be a part of this company. And for those of you who are on tonight, thank you so much. Welcome. You are about to see some pretty transformational information if you allow it to transform you in that fashion. So when I saw the information initially, almost 17 years ago, that we're going to share with you tonight, it literally changed everything about how I viewed business. And it wasn't because I was looking for one. I was a family wellness chiropractor. At the time, we had the fourth largest chiropractic practice in the state of Arizona, seeing between 350 and 500 patients per week. I was also an AM talk radio host, and my passion and my background is health education. I love to empower people to be their best health advocate, and this just allowed me to give an extension to the ability to do that, which formerly, when my practice was open, I was helping people. But when my practice was open, I was away from my family. And that was really the downfall of my life, because at the height of my professional career, I was simultaneously at the rock bottom of my personal life, having a 3-year-old son and a newborn daughter at home that I literally never saw because of the demands of my practice and my radio show, literally 80 to 90 hours a week outside my home. Well, LifeVantage changed everything for me when I saw the version of the information you're going to see tonight back then. And it was much, much less impressive than it is now. But needless to say, after getting involved with the company, 18 months later, I was selling my practice and canceling my radio shows. And literally for 15 straight years, I was a stay-at-home dad working with this business, helping tens of thousands of people all over the world. And if you could kind of put that in the format of a banana split, if you will, the icing and the cherry on top was my beautiful wife, Marci, who I get to co-present tonight with. We met in this business. We pooled our resources, pooled our families and our passions. And now we've been helping people for the last 15 and 17 years, respectively, with what you were about to see. So if you let this could be literally transformational. So the cash flow quadrant, I kind of want to start with a basis of understanding. If you look at the cash flow quadrant, and this is the title of the follow-up book to Rich Dad, Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki, the cash flow quadrant is just talking about the 4 ways that we produce income or that we can make money. And if you look at that quadrant, the E and the S, the employee and the self-employed on the left side of the equation, and then the business owners and the investors on the right side of the equation. Well, what's the difference? Because these are the 4 ways in which we earn a living. The employee, the upper left quadrant rather, you have a job and you are exchanging time for money. And in the lower left corner, you are self-employed. You own a job, but you're the first one to get there. You're the last one to leave and the last one you get paid. That just comes with the territory. You can also say an S is a specialist or a small business owner. But needless to say, this quadrant, so these 2 quadrants make up 95% of the population, but they only earn 5% of the money because they are working for a job or owning a job, but they're still trading time for money. When you're able to cross over the chasm to the right side of the equation and be a business owner in the upper B quadrant on the right, or the investor on the left or on the right, lower right, you now are working for time, and time is actually working for money. So money is working for you. And this is only 5% of the population, but they make 95% of the money because they have something on the right side of the equation the left side does not, and that is leverage. Leverage is the ability to leverage the time and efforts of multiple people over time so that time is buying back your time and you're not working for money anymore. And so this is a transition, and this is a B quadrant opportunity that we're going to be talking to you about tonight with this business opportunity of LifeVantage.
So for me, LifeVantage actually came at the perfect time. I had actually been on that left-hand side of the quadrant for my whole entire life, for the first 40 plus years. I was in law enforcement. I absolutely loved my career. I felt that I was showing up at times that people really needed someone to show up for them, but I was getting paid that hourly wage. If I didn't go to work, I wasn't getting paid. Well, in 2009, everything changed for me. I was in a car accident on duty that ended my career that fast. It left me with a brain injury, several herniated discs throughout my spine that required spine surgeries, and I could no longer go to that job. I was lost. My income diminished drastically. I went through a divorce of a marriage that was already struggling. We lost a house, and I went through some serious issues with my mental health. I actually tried to take my life 4 different times before dear friends of mine saw this information, very similar to what you're going to be seeing tonight. But like Dondee said, it's so much better now than it was back then. And they thought of me as one of the first people that they wanted to share it with. They didn't know about the struggles I had been having in my mental health, but they did know that I had lost my career and I didn't have the job anymore. And so when I went to take a look at this, I saw something completely different than anything I had ever experienced before, and I got excited. First of all, the products that we have gave me hope that I could get my mind and my body working again. And then on the other side of it, I saw this as being something that could take me into a whole different way of living, something that I had never experienced before, being able to leverage a company, being able to leverage people, and be able to start my own micro franchise. And yet I knew that I had no clue what I was doing. I had no idea. And so I was really dependent on what I was learning from others, right? And so there are all kinds of amazing business gurus out there and economists that have determined that when you want to get into business, maybe starting your own micro franchise, that it's not just any business that you can get into. You have to make sure that the 6 key components of a successful business are in place. And so when I learned this, I knew what to look for when I was taking a look. And this is going to be really important for you to pay attention to if this is the first time that you're taking a look at your own micro franchise partnered with LifeVantage, or if this is somewhere down the line where you've maybe had a business before and you didn't have the success that you wanted. Maybe one of these things were missing. Well, we're going to be going over the important facts about the company, about these products that are our foundation for having our micro franchises, the timing and the trends that are happening in the world that support this business and this opportunity, as well as how we get paid. Because if you're going to add something into your busy, hectic lives, you want to make sure that you are being compensated appropriately for the time and the energy that you're putting in. And then, of course, that system. I knew that a system had to be in place where there was other people that were going to walk alongside with me to help me have success. It's something I had never done before. And I needed the opportunity to be able to start earning fast. So I was so glad to have the guidance of these 6 things. And we're going to be going through each one of them tonight. And we're going to start out by talking about LifeVantage and the story of LifeVantage. We've actually been around since 2003. We started out as a small biotech company that had a new technology where they were the pioneers in activation, turning the body systems back on. They found a product, actually developed this product. A scientist in a laboratory had realized that there was something inside of our bodies that was happening naturally, and it was not a positive thing. And so he wanted to be able to backtrack and be able to find something to counteract what was going inside of the body as people age. He found it and he developed a product around it, and it was groundbreaking. As a matter of fact, ABC News caught wind of what we were saying this product could do, and they came in 2005, and they actually wanted to do an expose and disprove what we were saying about this product called Protandim. What ended up happening was completely the opposite. What we say is that this product can reduce oxidative stress by 40% in just 30 days of taking it. Their reporter had blood tests done. He was given 30-day supply of our product, and he took it for 12. He took it for 12 days before coming back to get results, expecting to get the full result. Is that fair? Well, what happened? His results actually showed that his oxidative stress, or that damage inside of his cells, was reduced by 45% in just 12 days, even better than what we were saying. His blood results showed the same as a newborn baby. It was amazing, and it got out fast, and everybody wanted the product that they were talking about. As a matter of fact, it had been sold on store shelves since 2003, and we sold out overnight. And then it wasn't available, and people lost the opportunity to purchase it. And it was out of sight, out of mind for about 6 months. And so we went back to the same place of having these products on store shelves. And because the product couldn't tell the story like the ABC primetime did, people weren't purchasing it. And so we decided that we need to switch from being in the retail space and take it and put it into the hands of people just like me and Dondee and Linda, and share this story of what this product can do inside of our bodies. So in 2009, we went into direct sales with Protandim. We've been publicly traded and on the NASDAQ for many years. You can go and check out everything that we've been sharing with you, and we want you to go check it out. We're not asking you to trust us. We are a transparent company, and you can see it all for yourself. We have an amazing corporate leadership team that has well over 100+ years combined experience in the direct sales and network marketing arena to be able to support us in the growth of this opportunity. If you haven't seen the ABC Primetime Investigative Report yet, please get with the person that invited you to this presentation and ask them, let me see that ABC News piece, and they'll get it to you so that you can see it for yourself. It is that important.
So the LifeVantage approach is very simple, but it's not well known yet. It's looking at the comparison between supplements and activators. In fact, most people don't know what the term activator is, and I'll share that here with you in a second once I establish the foundation. So if you're looking at supplementation and you see there in the blue box, 1-to-1 then done, what that is talking about is the representative comparison between free radicals and oxidative stress causing free radicals and the antioxidants that neutralize them. So it takes one antioxidant to neutralize one free radical, and then the equation is over. It consumes both of them, and now you need another antioxidant if you want to neutralize another free radical. Well, using that approach, this is how much you would have to consume of antioxidants and antioxidant-containing ingredients to actually neutralize 1 day's worth of the free radical load your body's under just by breathing air. So literally in 1 day, one 24-hour period, you would need to eat 400 oranges in 1 day to neutralize that day's worth of free radical damage. How many of you could do that even? I mean, just imagine after 4 oranges, I think we'd be ready to throw in the towel. Or maybe broccoli is more your speed. How about 500 cups of broccoli? We don't have the budget or the stomach size to be able to do this, but we can still dream about it. 100 cups or 110 cups of blueberries. Or how about more vitamin C tablets, 120 vitamin C tablets? The basic nature of this is it's not practical. You could not consume enough of these products to actually make a difference. But what if you had another option? What if you could neutralize one antioxidant to neutralize 1 million free radicals per second, every second? Your body has that capacity. And that's exactly what the contents of that blue bottle there called Protandim does. 1 tablet per day turns your body's ability to neutralize free radicals to the tune of 1 million per second, every second, in every one of the 37 trillion cells that you have in your body. It more than adequately handles the oxidative load that you're under every day. In fact, they've quantified it. If you look at that red line that you see there that says without Protandim, what that represents is the age-related aging continuum. In other words, if you look at the younger we are and the older we get, the more we age and the more diseases we come down with. That was until we discovered this product. After taking it, there was no difference between a 20-year-old's blood and an 80-year-old's blood. And why those numbers? 20 years old was the youngest person in the study, and 80 years old was the oldest person in the study. And so when they took their blood, put it under a microscope, and they were looking for those age-related factors, they could not tell the difference in the two samples after 1 tablet per day taking that product. That was revolutionary. That's what started the scientists and researchers talking, which got the wind of ABC primetime, which prompted the discovery that you just saw with that news piece. So this is really what it is. 1-to-1 with the antioxidants, or 1-to-1 million when your body's making the antioxidants. We're going to revisit that thought later. So, and don't take this as my opinion, please. There is credibility here. Credibility and transparency are very, very important to our company. So if you go right now to pubmed.gov, which is the National Library of Medicine, it's the largest repository of published research science on planet Earth. It's where doctors and scientists and researchers go to do their own research. Well, if you go there and you just type in the word Protandim, the way you see across the front of that blue bottle there, you will see there's 29 peer-reviewed and published studies in medical journals like Free Radical Biology and Medicine, for example, or Circulation, the Journal of the American Heart Association, done at universities like Harvard and things of that nature. Well, it's also patented. It's not just my description of this. It is legitimate, and it's 29 studies in very prestigious top-tier medical journals, but there's also patents behind this. Why? Because it's a business interest and we want to protect the intellectual property and predictable success of your business. Therefore, we patent the formulation, the delivery system, and the products themselves so people cannot knock them off or copy them and take market share. That's very important to our company. Transparency and credibility. And what else do we activate? We didn't just stop with that first discovery. We kept asking the question, what else can we turn on in the body to restore its youthful vigor? And we realized with our antioxidant enzymes, mitochondria and NAD. Mitochondria is literally, if you remember from 9th grade biology, the powerhouse of the cell. It's what gives the cells the ammunition and the fuel they need to complete their job. Well, guess what? As we age, that runs out and the cells stop getting all the energy that they need and the cells just stop performing. Well, we figured that out with those 3 activators, which we call the trisynergizer. How about collagen? The most prevalent protein in the human body, not just hair, skin, and nails. Every single joint in your body depends on collagen, and your bones and muscles too, your cardiovascular system, for example. Or how about GLP-1? We've been hearing a lot about that over the last 3 to 4 years. Very, very important, and your body makes it. You only need to supplement it or take a shot to give it to you when your body stops making it. Well, guess what? That was until this product came out. The mind-body system turns back on the GLP-1 formula in your body. And how about brain chemistry? Anyone ever have brain fog, or people you know have brain fog or cognitive decline? That is what that does. Rebalances your brain chemistry, our Axio product, and then our amazing gut peptides, because again, gut health is probably one of the biggest buzzwords right now, and our phyto products, our Phyto 1, Phyto 2, collectively known as P84, turns on that process too. And this is just the list right here of our activators. Pretty profound. This is our entire product catalog. We've got activating ingredients in products like our shampoo and our skincare line. We've got supplements, like amazing ones like you find, except much more science that goes into them, prebiotic. And then we've got a product for people that have dogs. Great products, an AM, PM multivitamin, and just great products, again, for skincare, hair care, things that make you look good, feel good on the inside, and turn you back to the youthful vigor and appearance. Now, we've talked about the company, we've talked about our products. This is probably the most important variable, timing. In other words, does anybody care about this, and do they care right now? That's really the question. Well, this, as I mentioned, this is a business interest. But if you're looking at this as a customer, what better products to take as a customer than scientifically validated products that turn your body back on, that happen to be all natural and proven by science? As a customer, there is strength and there is certainty and there is credibility in the purchase of those products. Well, what happens if you're looking for a business opportunity that happens to allow people to buy those products? Then you've got a wonderful, predictably successful business. And why is that even important? Well, the reality is, if you're looking at the track record of business as a whole, 95% of all businesses fail, usually within the first 5 years, because they're either undercapitalized or they don't have a program and a system based on the timing and the trends of the future. So, and what does it look for? There is something called critical mass. When a market, the United States, for example, Japan, Australia, those are all individual markets. When an individual market has 300,000 consultants, it starts what is called momentum. And that's when the critical mass happens and you have explosive growth in the company. That is very important, because if you're able to capitalize on that, especially if you get into a company before critical mass that meets all these 6 criteria at the top, then you can ride the wave of momentum, which is where 80% of the growth of the company happens. Imagine what that's like when you share a portion of that. Well, there's a such thing as waiting too long. When it gets too late, the company's obviously very successful, but the percentage of growth you are going to capitalize on is just 2 to 7%. So might as well capitalize on 80 rather than 2 to 7. Well, how do you know whether or not we're close to momentum? Here's the reality of our company. We have less than 70,000 consultants worldwide, all markets combined. And the numbers I just shared with you are per market. We are currently in 26 markets as a combined total of 70,000 consultants. So the opportunity is prime. In fact, it couldn't get any better for you if you're looking at this. The next thing is trends. Does anybody even care? What is a trend? Something that someone is going to be involved in or looking for or pursuing over a long period of time. They're looking for multiple sustainable income streams right now, more than ever before. They're looking for that right now because of the uncertainty of the job market. And people are looking for ways of taking control of their own health. Why not do it with a credible and scientifically backed product that is all natural, that helps turn your body back on rather than supplementing? There is strength in the knowledge of the trends that we have are going to be there for time immemorial. And that is really the opportunity that we have before us today.
It's so exciting. And if you're like me and you're getting into something different, completely new compared to what you've done before, you want to make sure that there's a system in place. As a matter of fact, all of the big franchises, when they're purchasing the franchise, they aren't just purchasing a building and the products that they get to sell. They're purchasing the system for success that will guarantee their outcome. So here at LifeVantage with your micro franchise, you'll also have a system that comes to help you be successful. There are twice a year in-person corporate events that are sponsored, and 2 times a year virtual events where we are taught and trained by corporate executives as well as the field leadership. And then there's, on a monthly basis, there's field trainings that are led by executives and above, as well as other up-and-coming leaders developing their skills in their business. We have replicated websites that are provided to you as a micro franchise owner. You don't have to build your own website. You don't have to pay someone else to do that for you. And there's a LifeVantage app for micro franchise owners as well as for our customers that are using our products. We have an online shopping portal to make it easy for checkout. You can actually preload shopping carts and send them out to people that you've been talking to about the opportunity to activate their bodies. Plus, guys, you don't ever want to get into something new by yourself. You want to make sure that you have the support, that you have the team around you of support to be able to lift you up, show you the way, and make it possible to have OJT, on the job training, so you can be earning while you're learning. So you'll be able to connect with a team of people as part of your system. And then, of course, what comes along with that team, you have mentorship. There's weekly calls. There are Facebook groups. There is so many different ways to be able to be mentored, including one-on-one. If you're a go-getter and you want to raise your hand, you would be able to have specialized strategy sessions with your support team. So we are here to help you build your business when you become a micro franchise owner with LifeVantage. And we did continue to ask this question. You already saw all of the activation products that we have, yet there's one that we haven't talked about yet that I would say is probably one of our best product offerings ever. And that is our Evolve compensation plan. Because remember, when you're getting started in something new, you want to make sure that the outcome or the compensation is going to be worthy of the time and the energy and the effort that you put into it. Because in a job, you get told how much you're worth per hour. In this opportunity, you get to determine that yourself. And it is something that has been developed. As a matter of fact, 3 years ago, we invested over $6 million in developing the most relevant compensation plan in the industry, and it covers all of the bases. If you're somebody that wants to share the products and you want to gather customers, you can get paid for that. Or if you're someone that thinks a little bit bigger, you're going to share the products, get customers, but you also want to help other people start their own micro franchises, and you want to start building a team, you can get paid for that. And then the leadership is so vitally important. First of all, LifeVantage is going to invest in you if you want to become a leader, and there's several different things that they offer along the journey for that. But if you want to partner with them and help other people become leaders, there's compensation bonuses for that. So you get paid for helping to develop leaders. And then one of my favorite things is that we actually have a commission structure in place where you can get paid on what the company has already done since they've been in direct sales since 2009. So you get to leverage the efforts of every single other micro franchise owner that has been building their business since we first went into direct sales in 2009 by earning a percentage of our global profit share. So there are so many different ways that we get paid here at LifeVantage. So being publicly traded, everything is reported, everything is factual, and we just want you to know it's very much like the law of you reap what you sow. So the energy and the effort, the willingness to be part of a team and to be coachable will determine what you get out of this opportunity. Yet we have this amazing income disclosure statement that shows you what people are currently making in LifeVantage. On the left-hand side, you will see the ranking of the consultants that are part of the company on the left-hand side. And then the third column in from the left is the average monthly commissions at each one of those paid ranks. So just take a minute and just take a look down that list and see what number jumps out at you that you need right now in your life to make breathing a little bit easier, to be able to make ends meet, maybe to be able to see beyond the end of the month, right? And then I want you to think about in 2 to 3 years, where would you like to be with your micro franchise monthly commissions? This is not by year. This is the monthly commissions paid out to consultants. Choose that number where you'd like to be with a leveraged income being paid to you on a monthly basis. And then I want to give you permission to dream. Dream big. Where would you like to be in 5 years or 10 years? Because that time is going to pass anyway, and we want you to take advantage of it and leverage your time and leverage this opportunity to be able to create this income stream. Now look all the way over to the right-hand side, and that is the number of the average amount of months that it takes a person to reach that rank. So just pick your rank, the number of dollars, and then get back with the person that invited you here and let them know what you would need to make on a monthly basis to get started today. and we'll be able to help you strategize that. So how do you get started? Well, most people pick the business pack because it comes with all of the activating products as well as several of our support products for a majorly discounted price. You get 37% off the product pricing with the business pack. That's huge. Plus, it comes with all the business materials, your website, the back office, and anything you need to be able to build your business, including the LifeVantage app. And it comes with 2 event tickets to the next corporate in-person events for free, included with the business pack. Now, we have several other options ranging from $250 up to this $999, but every single one of your opportunity to start your micro franchise is under $1,000. And this is a global business opportunity that we are offering you. And then, of course, on a monthly basis, you would want to subscribe with a stack. Depending on what your health goals are, you will choose a stack of products that will help you get there. And on a monthly basis, having them shipped to your house, it means the company knows how many products they need to have, and they give you a discount off of the product combinations. These are also product combinations that have been proven to work together in synergy to help you activate your body for the best results at the best price. This is also where you would help your customers get started on their product experience as well, is by picking a stack to set up for subscription. So why LifeVantage and why now? We've gone over all 6 of those elements, and I just want to reiterate some of these things. Well, first of all, being publicly traded means we are fully transparent. We are a debt-free company, and we are making multi-million-dollar investments into the future growth of this business and this company, and you get to leverage that. We have scientifically validated, unique. This is the only place you can get these activation products in the world is through LifeVantage, and they're patented, so they're protected for your business opportunity. The growth potential and the timing couldn't be better. Right now, we are only at about $200 million per year that we are selling in products, and we will be a billion-dollar company, if not 2 billion. So just think about that. You are in the ground floor of an opportunity that is going to change lives around the world. And we have the top compensation plan in the industry. One of my favorite things is the culture, the mentorship, and how LifeVantage micro franchise owners become family and friends. And we partner together to be part of something so much bigger than ourselves. This is our LifeVantage legacy, the 501c3 arm of LifeVantage. These are just some of the different organizations that we've partnered with over the years to be able to help people's lives have a brighter outlook, to be able to make a difference no matter where we are in the world. Even on our incentive trips, wherever we go, we have something that we do as part of LifeVantage legacy, helping children, helping mothers in need, and even helping people that maybe didn't have money for the surgeries that they desperately need as well. So if you're looking for something to give you purpose, to be able to give you an income, to be able to help you with maybe some health goals you have, you absolutely have been invited to the right opportunity. So please reach out to the person who invited you here tonight. First of all, start off by saying thank you for thinking of me, and then let them know what number you would like to start making on a monthly basis in the next 6 months, and we'll be able to help you get there. We want to be the first one, guys, to say thank you for being here with us tonight, and thank you for taking a look at LifeVantage. And if you're ready to get started, we want to be the first to say welcome to the LifeVantage family. Thank you for being here.